first graders. Today I want to share a story with you called The Lion and the Bird. We have a focus question that we want to think about while we're reading the story. And here's our focus question. What is the author's message in The Lion and the Bird? Now, we want to think about that question while we're reading the story. And throughout the story, we're going to think about some questions such as who are the main characters, what is the problem, what is the setting, what is the solution, and how does the story end? Learning all of those pieces of the story will help us to be able to answer this question about the author's message. Now, this will be our first read of the story, so we will also focus on a vocabulary strategy. So some ways that we can figure out words that we don't know the meaning of when we're reading a story is to think about the other words that are in the sentence. So you can think about what clues in the sentence would help you. Another vocabulary strategy is to find the base word. Sometimes words have prefixes or parts at the beginning of the word, such as reread. Other words have suffixes, parts at the end of the word, like learning. And we think about, do those word parts change the meaning of the word? And do the word parts tell you how to use the word? And we're going to think about those strategies also while we're reading the book. Let me get closer so you can see the pictures. So this is the lion and the bird. Lion is working in his garden when he hears a sound. Oh, poor little thing. Lion can't just leave him alone. And you can see the bird right here on the ground. Let's bandage you up, says Lion. That will help. And I can see in the picture that Lion has wrapped his wing with some bandages to try and fix it. Oh no, they're flying away. So you could see way up here, up top, you can see that his bird friends and family are flying away. Don't worry, you won't be cold here. So I'm seeing that the bird had a damaged wing and he was no longer able to fly away with his bird friends and families. But Lion is able to keep him warm. He's very compassionate and he makes a little place just for Bird right there in his mane so that he can stay warm. And then I see Lion taking Bird back to his house. You're welcome to stay with me. There's more than enough room for us both. And in the pictures, you can see them eating dinner together. You can see them sitting by the fire together. You can see them together while they are brushing their teeth. And you can see them, they both have a cozy place to sleep. And they sleep through the night. Look, it's snowing. So I'm thinking about the setting of the story. And it must have been fall in the beginning of the story. Maybe it's turned to winter now that we see the snow outside. The snow is cold and icy, but you're snug and warm. I'm thinking about that word snug. The sentence is, the snow is cold and icy, but you're snug and warm. And I'm going to go back to my vocabulary strategy of thinking of the other words in the sentence and what clues are in that sentence to help me. Well, the beginning says the snow is cold and icy. I know that cold and icy mean kind of the same thing. So if something is icy, it's definitely cold. So I can figure out that snug and warm must mean the same thing too. Using those clues in the sentence can help me figure out that the word snug is another word for warm. They spend the winter together. Oh, and there it's telling me about the setting. They spend the winter together enjoying each day. So going sledding, they're going ice fishing, and they really enjoy getting warm and snug by that fire. It snows and snows. See all that snow coming down. Must be very cold. But winter doesn't feel all that cold with a friend. And maybe the author's trying to say, like, when you have a friend, it makes it warmer. You get to spend time together, and it doesn't feel as cold and lonely inside when you have a good friend with you. You could see it was like a blizzard. You could hardly see the house for all the snow. But oh, I see a flower starting to bloom. I wonder if springtime is coming. Then one day spring returns. There it is. And you can see the grass, and look who's up in the sky flying. And you can see the lion's garden is growing, and look, and the others too. Look who's coming back, the bird's friends and family. Yes, says Lion, I know. And look who takes off to go be with his friends and family. Wonder how that's making Lion feel. He's probably very happy that the bird is feeling well enough to go fly away and be with his friends and family, but wonder if he's feeling a little lonely. And there he is by himself, still looking up in the sky. And so it goes. Sometimes life is like that. So sometimes things change in life, and sometimes our friends move away or go different places. And that's how life goes, that we have different changes. You can see now Lion's by himself eating dinner, by himself at the fire, and by himself at nighttime. He's watering his garden, and I can see that in the picture. Lion's garden grows. Looks like he's growing tomatoes in his garden. Summer passes slowly, softly. So you can see Lion in his garden. He's reading a book under a tree, and he's going fishing. And it's passing slowly and softly. I wonder if it's passing slowly because he's by himself. Then one day, autumn returns. Maybe I'm not sure about the word autumn, but I do know that when I look in the pictures, I can see that the leaves have changed colors. So that's a clue. But also, it was just talking about how it was spring and summer. So now I know it's changing to autumn. And I can figure out in the sentence it says, then one day autumn returns, autumn comes back, and another word for autumn is fall. And how about you? Lion wonders. He's looking up in the sky and he's talking to his bird friend. Like, how about you? Are you coming back? Maybe. Think he's in here somewhere? Let's see. No, Lion doesn't see him at first. I can tell because he looks very sad in the picture. And then he hears a little music. And look who's come back. And I can see how excited Lion is to see his friend. Together, we'll stay warm again this winter. And he's up there warm in that mane. That Lion's made that special place just for him, for his special friend. And there they are in the nighttime again together. And there are the birds. So maybe Bird flew away with them again and he's going to return every winter to be with his best friend. So let's talk about how we used the vocabulary strategy of thinking about other words in this sentence. What do the clues help you to know? And we were able to figure out, for example, in that sentence that icy and cold meant similar things. And we figured out that warm and snug meant similar things. So that's a great way to use other words in the sentence as clues to help you figure out words that you don't know. Let's talk about the elements of the story. The title is The Lion and the Bird. The main characters are the lion and the bird because those are the two characters in the story that were doing the most action. The setting is at home and outside of Lion's house, and we know there was spring, summer, winter, and fall or autumn. The problem in the story was that Bird is wounded, so he can't fly away with the other birds. That was the problem that happened in the story. That's like the big thing that happens in the story that is followed by the solution. And the solution is just how was the problem solved? Well, the problem is solved because the lion bandages the bird's wing and takes care of the bird by keeping it warm in his mane. So that's how the lion was helpful in helping the bird to solve the problem. He was being very compassionate and caring so that he could help Bird to feel better so that he could be with his friends and family. And then the story ends, the resolution, it ends by Bert gets better and joins his flock, but later he comes back. So when I'm thinking about what is the author's message in The Lion and the Bird, I'm thinking that the author wants us to know that we can be kind and caring and compassionate towards others. We can make friends that way. And it's important to be kind and compassionate and caring for others. Just like Lion in the story was to the bird. He didn't have to take care of Bird, but he saw that he was wounded and that he was not able to fly away with his family. And therefore, he was a compassionate person. He felt sorry for him, but then he helped him. I hope you enjoyed the story today of the lion and the bird. We will get back with you soon. We might have a new story reader next time, maybe Miss Buca, Miss Barge, Miss Johns, or Mr. Eddie. We'll see who's next. Take care, first grade friends. We miss you.